Brother Tyler, invite guests into the lodge and leave the door open so others may join us. Welcome to Follow Me. We are your hosts, Worship Brother Wiley Forrester, and I'm Worship Brother Will Moore. Tonight's episode is brought to you by a return, not the kind you do in the store.
Nope.
We're back in the saddle again for some, and I know that others are getting ready.
Big shout out. Thank you to everybody that continues to watch our show. Thank you to everybody that's been patient. Thank you to our wives, children, grandchildren, sons, daughters, grandparents, and all others who have helped us get through this. Now, it's time to get back to work.
Absolutely. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, somewhat. In other episodes, I was a little more primed to go back than others, but, it's going to be kind of different, and the unknown is kind of scary.
It is. I mean, 3 months without,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to have that queasy, first time I'm going to lodge kind of thing feeling again.
Well, maybe you get them butterflies, I mean, it's good to have butterflies for things that we have going on.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
So, if you get to go back now, as we can here in Georgia, that all started on Friday.
mm-hmm.
I'm sure you're as excited as we are. So, but if you have to wait a bit longer, understand that you will get there.
Yeah. But what we're going to do when we get there, though?
Well, I'm going to enjoy time with my brother.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, that's what I'm looking forward to more than anything is getting back together with the brethren that I haven't gotten to see face to face in 3 months.
And we know we've had some, there's some rules in place and some guidelines that we have to follow. But brethren, think more about the visit than the guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the guidelines. I mean, even before we went, before all this mess come down, we had guidelines we had to follow. I mean, these are just more pronounced and they're relative to more serious things.
Yeah, and here in Georgia, the rules that we're following, most of them were laid down by the CDC. So the Grand Master has to follow what he has to follow because we all agreed to be good citizens and follow the rules of our local and state governments.
That's right, and we've got to be peaceful citizens. We have to follow and comply with the law.
And I think this is good. It's like having a car sitting down the driveway for a little while that you haven't driven. When you first get it out there, you're kind of easy on it, getting the oil flowing again, getting the fuel flowing, make sure the car's running again. I think that's what we're doing as Masons here in Georgia. We're getting back out there and getting a feel for it, getting back in with our brethren, getting to know each other again, and seeing where things go.
In spite of the one of the guidelines to keep things short, that doesn't mean to feel rushed.
Absolutely not.
So don't feel rushed when you get there. I mean, enjoy the time. I mean, we talk about enjoying our brethren, but just enjoy the overall experience. You gotta just don't feel like you need to get in there and get out.
Yeah, and the Grandmaster said try to keep them short.
Yes.
You don't want to spend all night in there for no reason. Get in there and do your business. Spend some time with brother and ask them how they've been doing. See if there's anything they need. And I guess a big thing for me is when we go back to lodge, there's still going to be them brethren that don't want to go because
That's right.
They don't feel right going yet.
And that's okay.
But please don't forget about them. Remember to reach out to them and welcome them virtually back into the lodge.
Right. We got to always stay in contact with our people, and you're right. Well, there's a lot of folks that just aren't prepared to come out yet.
Right. All right. Yeah, well, there are definitely going to be those brethren who don't feel right coming back. There's going to be those that have a cough or have a cold or massive allergies or something that just don't want to have.
And
to
that's
deal
going to
with
be a hard thing for guys like you and me who we do well at not being under the weather.
Mm-hmm.
But if we do get under the weather a little bit with a cold or something else, we need to be more conscious too about not attending.
Yeah, if you feel something coming on, stay home because it's not going to hurt you to not get someone else sick.
That's right. Those are good things. Also, be mindful to know that not every lodge in Georgia is going to reopen. I know that there's 7, 8, 9 lodges that I know of personally that have sent in to let the Grandmaster know that, hey, we're just not going to open right now. We're just going to wait and play it by ear, see how things go. And that is the prerogative of each lodge in Georgia. They don't have to open just because. They may not be able to meet the 6 feet social distancing guidelines, or the ability to, their membership could just be a older membership.
Right. So you're right, not every lodge will be meeting. But for those that do go back, and if you go visit a lodge, please follow the rules that have been laid out by our Grand Master. He did that for a reason.
Respect others. You know, if that particular lodge wants you to wear a mask, wear a mask. I mean, I know some of you have breathing issues and things like that, but you know, I'm one of those who I don't feel comfortable wearing a mask. I just don't. But you know, to follow the rules, and I'll have it with me, and that's what the Worshipful Master does to make me feel, for him to feel safe and his members safe. Then that's by all means, that's what I'm gonna have to do.
Well, and remember, this is only temporary.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, this is not going to be from here on out. You're going to have to keep social distancing, and you have to wear a mask, and you have to use hand sanitizer every 5 seconds. No, this is temporary. So please enjoy your time. Welcome back.
And I hope that the Worshipful Masters that watch this make the meeting worthwhile for the brethren who ventured out. You know, go over your catechism as a whole. Go over your ritual as a whole. I know that there's some hiccups in the way that we have to do things now, but remember, Horse Brother Moore just said that things are only temporary.
Yep, and we'll get back to where we were. Things will start rocking and rolling, and as we see the state, not only our state, but other states starting to loosen restrictions, more and more Masons will get to go back to lodge. More and more things will start happening.
And we know that if things have an uptrend or an uptick, you know, if they uptick in a negative way, then these things will stay in place. If we have a good uptick or trend in the reverse, so that we can, you know, start coming up out of this thing, then some of our restrictions will be relaxed more too. These are our guidelines we had set in place to begin with. The Grandmaster can change those at any time, just like we've talked about in our other shows, but understand that he will, and they will be meeting more often probably as the restrictions are lit.
And don't get upset if the Grandmaster has to put something back in place if we have a real bad negative smoke.
Oh, yes.
Please always bear in mind that we follow what the state says. The Grandmaster gets with his committee and his group of other Canon Lodge officers to decide what needs to happen. So I'm sure that happens in every other state that way. So bear in mind, if this takes a bad swing the other way, we'll all be stuck at home and you guys will be watching us again.
Yeah, bad.
So, brethren, welcome back. The ladies out there that have watched us, and the children and the grandchildren and all those that have watched us, thank you for allowing us into your homes. Thank you for allowing your Mason to join us.
And we know that you're ready to kick them out. We know. We understand.
My wife's ready to kick me out.
Mine too.
So, with that, we'll do a couple quotes.
Yeah, we got a couple quotes on this episode. And that's pretty famous. That was a little rock song.
What was?
The first quote you had.
Oh, you mean by Ralph Waldo Emerson?
That wasn't who I was thinking about with the song, but I did know he had this quote.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We are so glad that you could attend. Come inside. Come inside. What song was that from?
I don't remember.
Oh,
but I know the song.
Somebody that watches the show, comment to what song that was from. Go on.
The second one is from Meister Eckhart. I don't really know him, but the quote was pretty good. Be willing to be a beginner every single morning.
And that applies to Lodge. Be willing to be a beginner at every single meeting.
Every single meeting.
Come in there with a fresh set of eyes, and it will change your perspective.
The last one is the self-renewing man never feels he has arrived.
John W. Gardner.
That's pretty powerful stuff right there. But as usual, thank you all for watching our show. We're going to continue to do these things as often as we can put them together. Some weeks may be more than others. We don't know at this point. We know that we'll have 2 recorded this week because we want to get back into sort of the swing of things as well as all of you guys. We also want to be able to have some experiences in what we're dealing with as we go to Lodge. And we hope that you guys will share with us as well.
Yeah, because we put out the homework assignment. as you go back to lodge, take some pictures of the brother and social distancing and everything. And if everyone brings in a sack lunch, of everyone sitting down enjoying company, sitting around the table and having their food. But absolutely, thank you for spending your time with us. We're only doing a 10 or 15-minute episode now. We're getting them back down to where they should be, where a lot of videos are. We don't want to eat up your time.
Yeah, we won't want you to be bored and turn us off either.
Please remember to hit the like, subscribe, and bell over there so that you'll be reminded of when we put shows out. We're not going to be putting the big blasts out because we're not doing live shows. You'll just be notified by the channel or by Facebook that we're doing a show.
That's right.
So,
and as we go back, though, we will definitely be sharing our experiences and what we've learned and the do's and don'ts. I think is going to be what it's going to be probably week after next. Will be our do's and don'ts once we get to attend our own lodge and figure out about our own lodge. But anyway, as we always say, we're very thankful for you and we're very appreciative of all of you. And until next episode,
be excellent to each other.
good night.
Good night.